Be careful, Gonky. This is where we end up on Fox News.
An Israeli Air Force fighter jet shot down a hostile aerial target believed to be a drone launched from Yemen over the Red Sea earlier today, the military says. I guess it's the IAF as a branch of the IDF. In a short statement, the IDF says the target was heading toward Israel, and the IAF's air traffic control monitored the device throughout the incident. The Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen claim to have fired several drones at Israel's southernmost city of Eilat today. The IDF releases photos showing the interception. Shall we watch?
Yeah, why not?
Is this a new one?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks better than the other one.
Can you make it full screen, Doug?
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Be careful, Gonky. This is where we end up on Fox News.
Don't say anything.
Missile went from being there to not being there very quickly.
Looks
Once
good.
again-
Next.
I will once again echo my previous comments. Dude, it looks cool.
Yeah, that's right. It does look cool.
But
Yeah, dude, it just dawned on me. All right, so clearly, we're fighting an opponent that doesn't have money, time, or the resources.
well, they have money and resources from another country.
Well, what I'm getting at is to, fight fire with fire, right? So they can't stand up their own manned air force, so they're using drones. So what happens when they start putting like jammers, or they start building stealth drones, right? So,
Dude, you just made Fox News for sure. They're going to be like, former F-18 hypothesizes about
this is no
what
intel.
happens.
This
How
is just
are they going to next step in the war? The Houthis get jammer tech from the Russians. Go ahead.
But you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, clearly the air defense radar picked up, the drones coming, and they're like, hey, send out, the whatever airplane that was, probably F-35. And then they found them probably on radar and, put the FLIR pod on them. But what happens like when you...
It's not a pod. We've been last time I got corrected on this
Sorry.
too. We say it generically like a box of Kleenex,
Right.
but it's an EO/IR tracker bulbous thing.
It's thingy. Okay.
Yeah, the BO thingy. That's
the
gonna
Battle
be on
Penguin
Fox
puts
News
its
for sure.
thingy on the drone.
Puts its sensors. The sensors are on the drone
That's right. But
as it's looking through his own feet.
but what happens, like, even if it buys the drone another 20-30 miles, can they have time to stop it though? All right, so that's the only question I'm asking. Looking at this as an opponent that doesn't have the big air force to fight, it's like, well, let's do this with these drones, and we can pump a ton of tech into these drones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
And
man.
that's, well, here's what I see at the escalation is it's going to make it a regional conflict very quickly, because the first time that thing breaks through and they're unable to shoot it down, and it hits somewhere, Tel Aviv,
or blows a hole in a carrier.
Yeah, Yemen gets flattened.
Yeah,
full stop. Doesn't matter if it's Houthi or whatever; those targets get destroyed. And now we're not talking, because right now we're in this very restrained. The Houthis are making all these propaganda videos and saying how death to America. We can't wait for you guys to come knock on our door. And we're not really doing anything because we don't want the wider conflict, because we'd prefer, as Gonky has said, some de-escalation. We don't want to, because the first thing that happens is Lebanon, Yemen, Iran, Iran.
Oh yeah,
dude, it's a regional conflict. Now, a lot of things are happening. We just don't want to see this if we can avoid it.
100%. I agree.
But that's not to say that they will be successful. I mean, we could keep doing this,
So, dude, I really do. But
I think my concern is just what happens when, that golden BB, like Gonky shooting at me in DCS. What happens when that golden BB hits and he's very lucky?
BBs, plural,
using no skill whatsoever. He happens to shoot down an Israeli something, and Israeli goes knock knock.
Yeah.
And now we're all in war, and Gonky gets dragged to the front line wearing his army helmet and army pants. Did you buy some army pants for your new job? You're supposed to be wearing army pants, dude. I forgot to tell you that.
No, I'm gonna show up in a flight suit.
Sea snakes.
Flight suit and a smile, man.
Sea snakes.
Sea snakes. That's right.
To Wolf Jaeger. Don't worry, bruh. When you said pod or laser to an F-35 guy, I know what you're talking about. EOTS does really cool stuff, though. Not gonna lie, EOTS. That's what it's called.